Welcome to the Shift Your Story, Change Your Life podcast. I'm Allie Rose, certified clinical hypnotherapist and subconscious success coach. I help my clients stop self-sabotage and feel safe to create more wealth, worth, and wellness from within. If you find yourself stuck repeating the same unhelpful patterns in your life, health, business, or relationships, even after all the mindset work, this podcast is for you. Each week, you'll hear deep dives into the hidden beliefs shaping your life and live hypnocoaching sessions where someone shifts a block in real time. Because willpower isn't the problem, your subconscious story is. And when you shift it at the root, everything else begins to change. So let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to the Shift Your Story, Change Your Life podcast. In today's episode, you'll hear a raw and powerful hypnocoaching session with our caller, Mia, who came in wanting to explore what she described as a lifelong money block. Mia had experienced periods when money came in, sometimes in significant amounts, but she could never seem to hold on to it. No matter how much work she did around abundance, self-worth, or scarcity, she kept finding herself pulled back into the same exhausting cycle of instability and survival. But as we talked, it became clear that this pattern was never only about money. Just a quick note that this episode includes brief references to childhood abuse, domestic violence, and public shaming, so please take care of yourself as you listen. As always, portions of the session have been gently edited for privacy, safety, and clarity, but what remains is the heart of the episode. As you listen, consider, where might your struggle to receive be connected to something deeper than money? What does your body believe could happen if you allowed yourself to have, hold, and enjoy more? And what part of you might still believe that staying small is the safest way to avoid being judged or rejected? All right, let's dive in. Welcome to the podcast, Mia. I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you, Ellie. I'm happy to be here too. I'm so excited about our podcast and upcoming session as well, because guess we both don't know what will happen.
So tell me a little bit more about this money block that you're experiencing.
Yeah, well, it's not just the money block, like, oh, I can't manifest or can make $1,000 a month or whatever people have as desires. It's literally something, it really goes deep into scarcity thinking and also self-worth. I have done a lot of work on this, and I feel like money has always been a problem ever I can think and remember. In childhood, comes from the family, right? How I grew up. I wouldn't when I say poverty, it was more it was not the poverty like you would have in third world countries, but it would be scarce, with food or clothing and things like that. We didn't have the ability to go on a holiday, and things like that. So it was I was scarce. But I guess as a child, you kind of you make the most of what you've got. And so I wasn't really aware until a little bit of later when you start comparing in school. They have these clothings or you get bullied for certain things. And when you realize, oh, there's something wrong, you think there's something wrong with you. So anyways, of course, I would, go on with my life, but it would always loop back, always would be in some sort of, situations where no money, scarcity, don't know how to buy food. And, even though when I had jobs, then bills would pay. You know how it works. When you're in this loop, things will just show up. When you are in this energy, in this vibration, when you carry this pattern within you, it just shows up. No matter if I had money at times, it would just go. And it would just because I have this obviously belief system deeply stored that I'm not worthy of receiving. That's what's essentially coming to. And that's not just shown in money. That also is shown in as receiving love from people, help, support. That is a big thing for me because I'm very independent, and that is definitely what I can feel. And I feel like the more I do that, the more I allow also money to come and into my life, and actually not just receiving it, but also holding it. There's a difference because I've received big amounts of money in my life, but I can't hold it. That is where it's, and I always look back and it's super frustrating because when I say I've done a lot of work, I've done a lot of work. I'm never saying I did all of it because it's a lie. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. But because there's still things to do. But yeah, it gets to the point where it took a big toll on my mental and physical health because when you constantly, especially the past 2 years, I've been fully nomadic and there's already lots going on, instability, and it's very destabilizing. However, the money is like, it's just like, I just can't keep going anymore. I just don't want to go into survival. I just want to start living. And I believe like a lot of people can feel the same, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know what else really to do right now, but other than trying, like, of course, keep going with what I'm doing. But yeah, that's my problem, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you had said that you grew up in there was scarcity, poverty of sorts. And so tell me, what was your relationship like with your parents?
Yeah, it's interesting because I grew up in domestic violence and also sexual abuse. My father was when I remember, unfortunately, he died when I was 13, very much disciplined, but also
Mhm.
but also very disciplined. And I grew up as an athlete. So I admired my dad. I wanted to be with him all the time and spend time, the little girl crush, the father crush we have. But yeah, also, of course, like I would say both of my parents weren't emotionally available for the needs that I had at that time. Although my mom is very empathetic and, was caring, trying to take care of all of us, of all my siblings. But now I'm close with my mom. But,
Mhm.
and of course, I'm close with my father through the spiritual world because I connected through that with him. But when you've asked me now how it was as a child, it's hard to say if it wasn't like close or very emotional or loving. It was like, yeah, I don't know, very distant and at times. It's hard to say. I don't know. Is that a
Yeah,
good
that's
enough
fine.
answer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to get a general sense of it. So, okay. So when we go in, we're going to talk to the part of you or a part of you. And I heard a couple of different things, but I want to get really clear because it's important that we use your language. What I picked up on was that we could talk to the part of you that's keeping you in scarcity, the part of you that created a money block, or the part of you that believes you're not worthy of receiving. Which one feels the most true for you?
What's really alive right now is probably the one I'm not worthy of receiving.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Is there anything else that you think would be important for me to know before we dive in?
No, I think I'm just like, I feel like I'm in my way because I feel like when I say I know so much, but because I'm trying to solve a lot of things from the mind. Like I have done a lot of mindset work, emotional release, ancestral patterns, energetic work, but the nervous system doesn't feel safe to receive.
So, would it be more correct to say the part that doesn't feel safe
Yes,
receiving?
doesn't feel safe receiving, doesn't feel safe to allow, and it doesn't feel safe to rest. Yeah.
All right. If you want to get comfortable in whatever way you're going to get comfortable for our session, go ahead and do
Okay.
that now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in and out. And now I want you to go ahead and I want you to just open your eyes and I want you to look up as high as you possibly can, as if you're trying to look into your own eyebrows, keeping your eyes glued to a real or imagined spot overhead. Just breathe in and out. Take another deep breath. Breathe in and each time you blink, that's hypnosis coming upon you. And just one final time, take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, just close your eyelids right down, all the way down. So every time I say the words, go deeper, you're just becoming more and more relaxed. So just one more time, go deeper, drift deeper, sink deeper. at least 100 times deeper. That's perfect, Mia. You are responding perfectly, exactly as I knew you would, because we both know that you are incredibly open, receptive, and suggestible, and your mind is incredibly powerful. So now we're going to explore this part of you that doesn't feel safe to receive. So I want you to just imagine that you've gone inside yourself. You've turned your eyes inward. You're still Mia, but you're able to now scan your body and find this part of you that doesn't feel safe or worthy of receiving. And as you scan your body, I want you to notice where you hold this part of you that doesn't feel worthy or safe to receive. And when you locate this part of you, can you tell me, where do you carry this part of you in your body?
In my stomach.
Hey, I want you to just imagine for a moment that you're able to reach into your stomach and pull this part of you that doesn't feel safe or worthy to receive out of you. And I want you to tell me, what does this part of you look like? Does it have a color, texture, shape, or size?
I actually just saw myself like as a little girl and feeling ashamed.
And you're feeling ashamed because?
I did something wrong.
Do you know what you did?
Not right now.
Okay.
Maybe I think I said something that was not.
Okay. You're doing great. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to continue looking at this part of you that doesn't feel safe or worthy of receiving. And I want you to go ahead and ask this part of you, what is your role? Are you here?
To protect me,
Okay.
to protect me from pain
Okay.
and losing people.
Okay. You're doing great. I want you to go ahead and ask that part of you, what is your function in my life? How are you helping me?
To stay small. I want you I help you to stay small so you don't speak up and so you don't get shamed again.
Mm, you're doing great. I want you to go ahead and ask that part of you, what is your purpose in my life?
The first thing was the keep you small and stuck. And yeah, keep you small
And I want you to ask it, why do you need to do that?
to keep you safe.
From what kind of pain?
Rejection and not being loved for who I am.
I want you to ask that part of you that doesn't feel or worthy of receiving, what is your only intention in my life?
To keep myself safe, to feel safe. Or not.
Safe from? Safe from being seen?
Yeah.
Because if you were seen, then what would happen?
I get rejected. I feel pain, love.
I want you to ask it one more question. How would allowing yourself to receive money or love cause pain or cause you to lose people?
I'm just not used to it. It feels unfamiliar.
Mhm.
It feels just unsafe. Yeah, I feel it feels unfamiliar. We
Right. So receiving, whether it's money or love, it feels unfamiliar and unsafe. Okay. All right. I want you to ask that part of you, when did you first come into my life? When did this part of you that doesn't feel worthy of receiving come into your life?
I kind of see like a birth canal, to be honest. That's just coming up right now. Like me being in the birth canal, kind of. I
Okay.
feel it's telling me it already happened before I was born.
Mhm.
in the room space from my mom. I get very strong feelings, like very strong. That's a very strong picture that comes up. My father, my grandparents, I can see them all.
Okay. And I want to ask you, Mia, how is this working for you now? Is it working for you to not feel worthy of receiving? Is it working for you? Why is it not working for you?
Because it actually makes me feel more unsafe and unstable.
Hmm.
Makes me feel more afraid and brings more pain.
Okay. So, can you see why this?
It's just an old pattern conditioning.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's very strongly showed us over and over again when we asked it to protect from pain and disappointment, to stay small so you don't speak up and get shamed again. I'm curious about that get shamed again. Is there a specific moment when you got shamed that it was referencing?
Many, like the kindergarten, I got shamed. Um,
What happened in
like
kindergarten?
I, for I was got shamed because I was constipated. I think for almost a week, and I got shamed because I ate chocolate, and that so I got told that this is wrong. You have to eat like only like you can't eat chocolate. You have to eat fruit. That yeah, otherwise you will get constipated. But I know that this is not true because that wasn't the case. But I got really shamed in front of all the kids. I had to come. Yeah, in Germany, like you have to stand in a line, and then I had to get out of the line, and then I got shamed in front of everybody.
Mm,
Yeah,
mhm,
at school, my first week at school, I got
mhm.
shamed, and I had to stand in a corner in the classroom for 2 hours and face the wall because I was already able to read and I was bored because they were learning the letters, but I was already able to read. And then I had to feel ashamed about that.
Yeah. So you can see clearly this part of you is here to protect you, to keep you small so you don't speak up, you don't get shamed, keeping you safe from this perceived pain. And it was created a long, long time ago. Like you saw the birth canal. So it was created a long time ago. But it's not really working in your life right now because not allowing yourself to receive or not feeling worthy of receiving is making you feel more unsafe and more unstable, right? So the interesting thing is that parts of us always believe that they're doing something good, and they are up to a certain point in our life. So I wonder if you can tell me, how are you different now than when you were that kindergartner, maybe 4 or 5 years old? How are you different now than when you were 5 years old?
I'm grown up and I can take care of myself. I know a lot more who I am and I would actually give a fuck if they shame me, to be
Hmm.
honest. If I can read or eat chocolate or not. And I'm a lot more aware. I don't like other people's opinions don't really affect me
Hmm.
that much. I'm pretty anchored within myself, creating a life outside of the matrix, a very unconventional path. Um, and I believe that I can change anything really with all the tools we have. I can rewrite my story. I truly believe that.
Right. So I want you to ask this part of you, is it ready to leave?
Yes, it needs to. Yeah.
Okay. Mia, are you ready to let it go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I want you to ask that part of you, what does it need from you in order to feel safe enough to leave?
The first thing that came through was love. I I haven't shown it love for that it actually served me. I was trying to bypass it. I was trying to ignore it that it actually existed. I wanted
Hmm.
to skip that part, kind of acknowledging, hey, that was a huge part of me and my identity and my body, my system, everything.
Yeah, I mean, and in a lot of ways, it served you when you're a small child. And, you mentioned at the beginning of our call that there was some domestic violence, some sexual abuse. So staying small right? And not allowing yourself to receive, that's a surefire way to keep you safe. But you're no longer a small child anymore. And so it says that it needs love. I want you to go ahead and in this moment, can you acknowledge it? Can you thank it for what it's done for you? You can take your time, but let me know whenever you're done.
Yeah, it was interesting because I feel that part of me that I could see, and I was seeing her like a little Mia version.
Mhm.
And she was like trying to hold on, like she was crying and saying that, yeah, she was trying to hold on that part,
Mm.
like let go. And it's interesting
Mm.
because I know that I'm ready, but there's something like she's afraid of not, funny enough, not being seen anymore.
Mhm. Well, something that we could do rather than getting rid of her or releasing her is we could actually just upgrade her and give her a new role in your life that would be more helpful for you. How would that feel?
Yeah, that fits good.
So what role do you think that we could give this little you? What would be more helpful for you rather than preventing you from receiving? What would be a good role that she could play in your life?
Playfulness
Mm,
is to play. She could be always a good reminder to take life not so serious, to be playful, I guess, when there are challenges coming up and with me receiving to actually transmute it into some joy,
mm,
playful
okay.
fun.
Yeah, I love that. Can you check in with her? How does she feel about taking on this new role? That way she doesn't have to leave. She just gets to help you now.
Yeah, she feels excited.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Mia, I want you to go ahead and I want you to just picture that small child, the younger you, hovering just above your head. See her now slowly descending down, dropping down, merging into your body, merging into your heart, merging into your life now. You feel that child fully merged within you now, reminding you to not take life so seriously, bringing that playfulness into your life. And that child, the little you that felt that shame, that fear of not feeling safe to receive or worthy of receiving, they're behind you now. And this new child, this little you, is now taking up residence in you as an adult. They are free now. They've had a massive upgrade into your life. The past is behind them and behind you. And you are free now, Mia, to be the person, the adult that you choose to be. I'm going to take a deep breath in and just allow yourself to feel her merging fully within you now in this new and different way. Does anything in your body feel different?
Yeah, I definitely feel lighter. And on my stomach as well, because before it was tense and contracting, and now it feels lighter, more
Uh,
open.
Wonderful. Mia, I want us to do one more thing with this little girl before we finish. I want you to just call to mind a 5-year-old you who was feeling that shame in kindergarten, who got shamed in front of all of the kids. Let me know when she's there.
Yeah, she's there.
I want you, as the adult that you are now, I want you to step into that scene where she is, and I want you to go over to her, and I want you to tell her anything and everything that she needs to know. What does she need to hear from you?
Do you want me to say it out loud?
Yeah, go ahead.
The first thing I saw is like they actually danced.
Oh,
They were doing, like dancing and really like, just making fun of it.
mhm,
And then I said, just give a damn fuck about it because you just literally, your body was responding and you had some constipation, a natural thing that can happen.
mhm,
There's nothing wrong and it's totally fine. Yeah. It's a new way because I have this inside of me, this bold and fiery expression. But I guess in the past I would have said, you're loved, you're fine, you're good. But right now it just needs this fire. Like, just be you. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. I want you to go ahead and take a moment and just complete with her. You can let me know whenever you're done. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're releasing all of those old beliefs. They're all behind you now. And now, as you are seeing this, feeling this, believing this, feeling wonderful, amazing, and free, I'm going to count you back to full awareness. With each number, you will become more aware of your surroundings, bringing this feeling back to the room. So, on the count of one, you're becoming more aware. On the count of two, you're aware of the room and the sounds around you. On the count of three and four, you're taking in a deep breath. And on the count of five, whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room.
Oh my goodness. Oy.
How was that for you?
Really good. I didn't want to come back. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But it was interesting because, yeah, I mean, I worked through these scenes before, with the shame and
Mhm,
things but yeah, it was interesting because the first thing when you asked me, what do I, in the stomach, and then I literally like saw myself like, like this hugging like that and feeling ashamed, but there was no, I think there was no particular scene or something. I think it was a accumulation of
mhm,
everything. That's how I feel now when I reflect back what it
mhm.
was, because I was trying with my mind. I was like, what is it? Which one was it? Like something I said, something I did. So I think it was a whole, like, how I sponged up everything. So yeah, very powerful. Yeah. And very revealing as well. And I love how you pivoted and said, let's not let her go, but give her a new role, the little
Yeah.
Mia, that wants to protect me, because I think it feels better and safer. And then the fun part. I mean, I'm someone like, I'm not having like a foully, filthy mouth, but I am someone, I do swear if some strong energy come through. And it's more like my energy was a very fiery. And that was a cool thing, because it was actually fun, and we were dancing in front of the children, almost like making fun of the teacher who was telling me off, like, yeah, whatever, just
Mhm.
talk. Yeah. And then, yeah, the strong warrior kind of energy. I love that. It was
Yeah.
actually the first time that this came through in a hypnosis or in going into deeper states, because usually it's always about, I need love and nurturing, which I do, right? But I think because I have done a lot of work in that space and give myself every day a hug and, tell
Mhm.
myself I am loved. That's something I really give my body to feel it. And so, yeah, that was beautiful. It was powerful. So I love that new energy. It's good because I love to play.
Good, good. I love that. I'm glad it was so powerful for you. So I'm glad something different came up for you because I know you've done a lot of work. So yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I mean, there's always, right? There's always so much more to explore. And that's why I was so excited as well, because I don't do hypnosis often. And that's why I knew, yeah, it's
Yeah,
powerful.
that's good.
Um,
Wonderful. Well, I will check in with you in a couple of days to see how you're feeling. And yeah, thank you so much for trusting me to guide you through the process.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. I really, you're doing, that's amazing. Like your way you do it, and your voice is, of course, designed for it, like this calm voice and your energy. And I give you 100%.
Uh,
Okay,
Wonderful.
cool.
All right. I will check in with you in a couple of days, okay?
Okay.
All
Thank you,
right.
Ali.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for this powerful session with Mia. And thank you, Mia, so much for your vulnerability and willingness to share your story. What stayed with me most was the realization that Mia's struggle with money was never simply about learning how to earn more, manifest more, or manage it better. She had received money before. The deeper struggle was feeling safe enough to let it stay. The younger part of her had learned that being noticed could lead to humiliation, that speaking up could lead to punishment, and that being fully herself could make her a target. I love the moment when we realized that this part of her did not need to be rejected, erased, or abandoned. She needed to be acknowledged for how hard she had worked to keep Mia safe, and then she needed a new job. And since recording the session, Mia has sent me an update that I really wanted to share with you. On the same day as our session, she began a challenge connected to her business, purpose, and visibility. Since then, she says that so many things have happened. Her old fears are still there, but they no longer control her or cause her to collapse. She has received money from different sources, clients have started finding her, and she can feel the shifts happening in her body. In Mia's words, the session shifted so much that she can't even put it into words. I think that update matters because transformation doesn't always mean that the fear completely disappears. Sometimes it means the fear is still allowed to exist, but it's no longer sitting in the driver's seat. You can feel it without collapsing, notice the old story without organizing your whole life around it, and be scared and still allow yourself to receive. So, as you reflect on this session, ask yourself, where are you still treating a protective pattern like a personal failure? What has staying small, unsupported, or financially unstable protected you from having to feel? And what might change if the part of you that has been managing your fear was finally given a new role? If this episode stirred something in you and you're ready to explore the subconscious story beneath your own money block, visibility fear, or struggle to receive, I'd love to support you. You can learn more or apply for a private hypnocoaching session by visiting shiftyourstorypodcast.com or using the link in the show notes. I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. Until next time. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of the Shift Your Story, Change Your Life podcast. If today's conversation sparked something in you, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to send me a message on social media. I'm at the Allie Rose on both Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to be coached on a future episode or explore what it would look like to work with me one-on-one, head over to shiftyourstorypodcast.com. And if you never want to miss an episode, make sure to subscribe and leave a rating and review. It helps more people find this work. Until next time, keep shifting, keep growing, and most importantly, I want you to remember that your story isn't set in stone. You always have the power to shift it.